Greetings! It is I, Rockotar, and welcome to this new Let's Play that I intend to create on the Lord of the Rings Online Hard Mode. I'm sure that most of you have no idea what hard mode means, but I'll explain that when we get to it. Because first I have to make a character, and as you can see I have none, and that might imply that I've never played this game before, but that would be incorrect because I have actually played this game before. In fact, it is my favorite game of all time. So, I've definitely played it before. And indeed, the reason that I want to play on hard mode, as I have so said, is because I know the game so well already that the only way that it will be interesting is if I play it on hard mode, thus making everything harder and feeling like a new experience all over again. Hopefully I won't regret that decision. Anyways, male, female. Honestly, I don't know why, but I feel like playing a girl character. That's probably because most of the characters on the other server, which by the way is why I have no characters currently, are guys. So I should probably play a girl for variety. Oh, also you could see over here that I can pick any class except Brawler, and that's simply because I never actually purchased Brawler. But all of these classes are free to play, if you're wondering. Like, if you've never played this game before and you started up, you have the same class selection that I have. I'll probably just be a human, but that's mostly because they have the most customization options, not necessarily because they're the best. And I'm not necessarily going... Okay, I'm over-explaining things. I should probably just cut to when I've actually made the character and continue from there. Alright? Well, that took longer than expected, but here is the current character I have decided upon. She is a champion, and it occurred to me while creating her that she looks a bit like Merida from Brave.
She's always complaining in the entire first half of the movie.
Do with that information what you will. But I hadn't yet decided on a name. I was thinking of calling her Felicity, but I'm sure that's probably taken. But then again, you can usually get away with some kinds of names that you want if you just spell them a bit differently. But let's see if it is taken. Well, what do you know? The name is taken. I pretty much figured that. Besides, Felicity is such a boring name anyways. But why don't we call her... Well, there's no going back at this point. Everything is locked in, unless the name is somehow taken. It was not taken. It has just occurred to me now by looking at my recording that I've been recording for nearly 40 minutes, and this will probably only be like the first 3 to 5 minutes of the video at most. Shows you just how long it actually takes to get perfection like this in your character design. Oh, also, by the way, this story mode, I will be narrating / readings. You get my point, except for the cutscenes, which are already voiced. There's no point in that, obviously. But anyways, let's go, as Mario has said many times.
The chance encounter with brigands upon the road leads to captivity.
At last, we are
you
in
awaken
the
with
game.
the Ranger Strider before you.
Although I don't
As
think
he urges
the
you to
hard
act quickly,
mode that I
you
talked about will
realize
really
you have
be
become involved
applied
in matters
anytime
much
soon.
greater.
My main character on the usual server that I play on... also, I just realized Strider was saying something that I missed. Wait. You must make haste. More enemies will come soon. Brigands, be gone!
Enough!
Enough! Oh, I think he actually said enough in game. Sorry, I have my volume turned down low so it doesn't interfere with my microphone. because, you know, my setup is pretty terrible. Also, another neat thing that I have done is... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. 1 second while I fix this, but actually I'll explain what I was about to say. I have... I'm playing this on Steam, and because I'm playing on Steam for a reason, and that is because it allows me to play this game with a controller, as you can see here, and I just prefer playing games with controllers over mouse and keyboard, so it's worth setting up, in my opinion, just to do it. It's pretty tricky, though. You have to make some very specific button combinations and stuff, and also you won't be able to use the keyboard to, like, type, or, well, I mean, you have to use the keyboard to type because there's not enough buttons on the controller, is what I'm trying to say. And because I took so long explaining this, I never actually got around to clicking on the option which I was going to click on. Here it is. Always loot all. Trust me, this is one of the most important options to turn on in this game, period. Otherwise, you'll have to click the loot button every single time you click on an enemy. But if you turn this option on, it'll automatically loot when you just click on them once, and you won't have to double... You know what I'm saying? It just saves a lot of time, trust me. Wait, that's the wrong one. Oh, I hate it when they do this. Whenever you create a new character in this game, there's so much stuff that has to be reorganized. Also, if you're wondering what all these random things I already have in my inventory is, that is the proof that I have been playing this game for a long time, so just ignore them. Pretend I don't have these items. I'm probably not going to use them just to make this experience feel more, you know, relatable to the common folk who don't have 100,000 gifts when they first sign in. Well, actually, there is one I will probably use, but I'll explain that when I get to it. Sorry about that. I just had to fix my inventory real quick there. This is much nicer. I combined all the bags into one, which is significantly easier to keep track of. And, you know, I'm just gonna stop explaining there and get to the actually interesting stuff, the reason you probably actually clicked on this video. You are not the only person here, friend. My fellow Omdir and I have come to rescue a hobbit, but it turns out he is not the hobbit we have been tracking. This escape will be dangerous for us all, for I know that a great evil lurks here. I have heard of its movements, and I can feel its presence. Do you know how to fight? You should practice with me to get a feel for that weapon. Well, come at me, bro, as they say in the memes. Let's see, wait, I am pressing the wrong button. Okay, never mind. That was easy, because we haven't yet got to the hard mode stuff. Well done. Your skill in battle is most impressive. Now, listen closely. I will need your help getting out of here. When we leave this jailhouse, the real battle will begin. This way. Through here. A moment. I need to break this line. That didn't even take you a moment, Strider. What are you talking about? A moment. Pfft. More like a second. I assume this is the building we just came out of. I guess it does have a bit of a curve that matches. You know, in the amount of times I've played this game and this intro, I have never noticed that the interior actually matched the outside of this building. Anyways, here we part for a time, Rakatara. You should free the two innocent hobbits also being held captive here. Salandine Brandybuck and Mundo Sackville Baggins. I must search for signs of the Servant of Mordor, and learn what I can of his connection to the Blackwolds. Omdir, my fellow ranger, is making a safe path for us. He will be waiting for us at the main gate. Free Celandine first. It is Mundo they want alive, for they have mistaken him for someone more valuable. When you have both hobbits safe, seek Omdir near the main gate. Then we make for Archet, where we will find safety. What the... Why... What is with this guy moon jumping over here? Oh yeah, I just remembered something. Experience. There's a lot of stuff to do in this game, and you level up way too fast. So I actually intend to try to not get too much experience whenever possible. Which pretty much means just not fighting that many enemies, if I can avoid it. And since I intend to play on hard mode, avoiding enemies will probably be my main goal in general. I have failed the Blackwolds. Take that, stinking thief! Thank you, thank you, thank you! I was starting to worry that this little misadventurer would be the end of me. Those brigands are appalling folk. My friend Mundo is nearby, I think. We must save him as well. The brigands have been saying terrible things. We'll need a distraction, and I know just what to do. Just need a bit of flame. I'm sure my girl voice is, like, terrible. And a place to put it. That should get their attention. Follow me.
Don't you move one curled hair, hobbit. Fire! Fetch water quickly! Angmar will not allow this.
You have defeated Mundo's captor. You know, I'm not going to say that every time that pops up. It's about time you got here. Was I expected to rescue myself? Come on, you big clodpole. Get me out of here before those ruffians return. They want to sell me off like a sack of potatoes.
Go back to the shadow, fallen king.
Well, no need to voice act this scene, I guess. Oh,
You have no power over me, but soon I shall have power over you.
dear.
The halflings. Which is the Baggins promised me?
Misery me.
Accursed flames. This Dunedain will suffice for now. May you all burn, little fools. Cursed Dunedain, this is not the Baggins I seek, but I will return for you.
Rakotara, come quick.
Good. The hobbits are out of danger. I am glad. Do not concern yourself with me. The greatest danger has passed. The Nazgul fear who wield fire.
Oh no! Alas, I am too late. Omdir has been pierced with a Morgul blade. This does not bode well. We need to leave this place at once. Archet is nearby and will serve as a good resting place while Omdir recovers. Quickly, follow me. Well, cutscene time.
Wounded by a Black Rider, the ranger Umdir escaped with his charges into the wild, making his way back to the village of Archet.
There, Captain Brackenbrook, a retired sellsword, has allowed Strider and his companions to stay and take respite from their cares.
We have now finished the tutorial. I believe that's what it's called. Its game is complicated. There's a tutorial, an intro, and a prologue before you actually get to the first chapter of the main story. Yes. Good old Archet. Time to start on the, I believe this should say intro. See?
Thank
I told
goodness
you.
you're
Intro.
awake. That fellow Omdir seems very ill.
You are awake, Rakotara. Thank goodness. You were exhausted after what happened last night, but that ranger got us all to safety in Archet in the end. I am terribly worried for his friend. Omdir looks so very ill. You can check on him if you like. He's just over there to the west of where I'm standing. Do you see him there, across the lane?
Do not trouble yourself on my account. It is only a chill.
So, you are awake at last, Rakotara. You earned your rest, for you fought bravely last night. As for myself, I found no peace in slumber. The blade of the Black Rider pierced only my shoulder, though not deeply. I am chilled, but it is no matter. Thank you for your concern, but it is Strider for whom I fear. He is charged with a great task, but he tarries for my sake and for Archet's. Hail, Rakotara. Omdir is right. I am torn asunder. I do not wish to leave him in this state, and Archet must be warned that the Black Wolves mean to raid the town, but I should be seeking a different Baggins right now. Perhaps you can help, Rakotara. The people of Archet will be in great danger when the Black Wolves execute the plan we witnessed last night. The captain here, a man named Brackenbrook, does not like my look, and he will not heed my warnings. Pray, speak to him on my behalf and see if you can rouse him. Every moment I spend here is a moment in which my true charge plunges blindly nearer to an unfathomable peril. The Black Rider you saw last night seeks a Baggins, and our friend Mundo is not the one. Interesting story, eh? So, what do you think of the voice acting? It's probably terrible. Also, this shirt does not at all match what I was wearing. Like, what is this? Hold up, how do I, oh yeah, there.
Like, look at this. What kind of an outfit is this? Well, anyways.
I don't like the look of those rangers one bit.
Did you wander in here last night with those rangers? I do not like the look of those fellows one bit, but I will let them stay on account of the Pale One's wounds. You say the Black Wolves mean to attack us, but I do not believe it. Not without proof. Those brigands have always been about. They're an unruly lot, but not murderous. I'll not be attacking them without good reason. If you must, talk to the folks around town and get their opinions. If they are on your side, I'll consider the ranger's warning.
Time for the Archet town tour.
You shouldn't come to peaceful towns and start making wild accusations. If Captain Brackenbrook says we're safe, then we're safe. He's always done a fine job protecting our village. Why would the Blackwood Wanderers suddenly want to attack us now? I see that your friend is wounded, and I hope it is not the Blackworlds that did it to him. I truly trust Captain Brackenbrook, for he has always kept us safe since he took charge of Archet. I won't argue with the captain, but I will help the injured fellow in any way that I can.
Bah! The captain won't let no harm come to Archet. You think the Blackwolves mean to attack us? Don't be absurd. They harbor no love for us, but they haven't a leader, and they fight more amongst themselves than they do with outsiders. They couldn't raid a squirrel nest, let alone our town.
I need a cup of water from all this voice acting. In fact, I'll be right back. I'm going to get just that. Also, it just occurred to me that I have no idea what anyone is going to be saying in the world chat down here, because that is what it's on by default, so feel free to randomly look at the world chat if you want. I'm sure some very interesting discussions will be going on at any given time.
Alas for peaceful folk everywhere. It is an enormous task to convince them that evil people with evil intentions will commit evil deeds.
Well, thanks for voicing that first entire sentence for me, Aragorn.
It seems that I cannot leave yet. Omdir needs my help, and I have pressing work to do in Archet to get these people ready for the impending storm. If you help me, perhaps I can leave before tonight.
I love how they have this intro quest about going to the trainer, but like way long ago, like so many years I can't even remember, they changed it so that the trainers in this game no longer were that you had to go to them to actually learn the skills, but that you just got the skills by default, so the trainers are kind of pointless. But they never removed this quest, because I guess it's part of the story, and they've never removed a story quest to my knowledge. Anyways.
There is much to do, and you are new to the world of danger. As long as you wish to help Archet, it is most important that you hone your skills as a champion. I would like you to assist me, but I wish to make sure you are ready for the evil trials you will face.
Specialization needed. What I just, you know, this used to pop up like around like level 10, I want to say, but I guess they made it so you pick earlier now. You know, considering that I'm going to do hard mode in this game, you know, it makes this choice pretty difficult, actually. I kind of don't want to pick the yellow path, which is actually the most popular for champions, because it's the area of effect damage pack, you know. Whereas the single target damage path would probably be more beneficial, or this defensive one, since that'll help keep me alive. Since I probably won't be doing much damage early on anyways, I'll probably want to pick this one to start, you know, for hard mode. But I can always switch to another one later.
Ah, I can respect a good strong arm such as yours. Welcome, friend. I long for battle ahead, but I am content to help fellow warriors hone their skills. A champion is not one who waits at the rear of battle. No, he stands to the fore, challenging all who dare come before him. And if things come to their darkest, and often they shall, a champion will gladly lay down his life so that his fellows may survive.
Interesting. Well, hopefully I won't be laying down my life too many times in this playthrough. Hey, this should be very easy. Did that not work? Oh, no, it did. Never mind. Yeah, champions are one of the easiest classes to actually learn in this game. It's pretty much this, that you use skills, get points, and then spend those points to use more powerful skills. Very basic. But that's also one of the things I like about champions. I often find the most fun games are the ones that have the most simple controls, yet the most flexibility in how you can still play them despite the simple controls. Well done, Rakotara. As you grow as a champion, you will find that there are much more powerful new skills in store for you. Good luck.
Do you feel confident in what you have learned?
Have you learned some new tricks of the champion? Well, if I'm being honest, Strider, no. But I'll say yes anyways, just to make you happy. I can see that you have. You seem more confident now. You are about to take on the most perilous task. If we fail, I fear that ruin will come to more towns than Archet alone. The Black Rider has brought the influence of Angmar to our very doorstep, Rakotara. So much is at stake this day. Are you ready to begin your great venture?
Dear, my poor old friend. A shadow has crept over him.
The Black Rider that stabbed him is more fell than any creature you will meet in your travels. We will have little time, and we must stretch what time we have by doing two things at once. Omdir needs medicine, Rakotara, and quickly. Do you know of a plant called Kingsfoil? It has great power to heal. You should ask Captain Brackenbrook if he knows of any that grow in these parts. Offer him assistance as well if it does not take you far out of the way. We must begin to work on him, and perhaps he will look more kindly upon you after you do him a good deed. Kingsfoil, eh? 'Tis a nice leafy plant that grows around Brown's Folly. A ruin south of here. Help yourself to as much as you'd like. We've no use for it. And as for your offer of assistance, I will take you up on it. We are always in need of able hands, and you might as well earn your keep while you stay with us. My best man, Calder Cobb, is having trouble with wolves of late. Perhaps you could help him on your way to do your gardening job for the ranger. Well, here we go. Walking. Yes, walking. Nice landscape, you know, not as good looking as some of the later landscapes, because, you know, this was one of the first areas in the game. You know, just walking.
And walking.
And walking.
Ah, there he is, Calder Cobb.
Well, well, if it isn't the rumor monger.
I've heard all about you, Rakotara. As you can see for yourself, there are no brigands causing trouble. It's the wolves that threaten us lately. They seem to have gathered up around Brown's Folly, especially about the top of the ruins. Brackenbrook sent you to assist me, and assist me you shall. I would like you to look into this wolf problem we are having. Wow, that's a whole lot of not new information that he had to say, but, you know, gotta talk to him anyways. And back to walking. You know, one day I will have a horse, and that will be a good day. I love how this guy is already blue. And blue, like, the blue name tags means that they're lower level than you. Like, I'm only one level above 1, and there's already an enemy lower level than me. It's, you know, I'm just gonna not kill all the wolves on the way, because I remember there are some already up here, so I might as well just wait till then. Also, these wolves are, like, stupid easy to kill, as you can tell. In fact, almost every enemy in this game is stupid easy to kill, which is why I want to play on hard mode, which they just added into the game, by the way, as of when I'm recording this. Like I said, like, when you can defeat an enemy in 2 hits, you know they're pretty weak. Also, sometimes you have to pay attention to the quests on the side here. They might update. I already know this ahead of time, but I know in the past when I first did this quest, I started walking back, but you're actually supposed to go up here to this flag, because if you don't, you won't actually complete the quest.
Calder Cobb told me you'd be paying a visit. You'll be sorry for sticking your nose where it doesn't belong.
Well, not really. Since I don't have a horse, the most interesting thing I can do is jump. Jump my way all the way back to Calder Cobb. and break my leg. A very common occurrence in this game, especially if you're like me and like to take shortcuts.
A few moments later.
What level are these guys? They're orange, only level 6. You guys are doomed if someone a higher level comes to attack you. But this is the intro, so that's not gonna happen. I know in the player versus monster player area...
Weakling like you defeated the Wolf Master?
Excuse me, Calder Cobb, I was trying to explain something. I know that in the player versus monster player area, the guards of cities can actually be defeated by players that are higher... Well, I don't think they're higher level because the guards are automatically at max level. But there's some of the only guards in the entire game that I know that you can actually defeat.
How is it that you stand before me? A weakling like you defeated the Wolf Master? Bah! I would kill you myself if that fool Dirk Mudbrick weren't watching. No matter. I do not fear exposure. Brackenbrook will never believe you. He thinks I have served him loyally since I was a lad, the old fool. Tell Brackenbrook whatever you like, but Archet will fall. And I'll make out with more gold than you can fathom. And you will die with the rest. If you do not make yourself scarce before tonight.
Traitor!
This voice acting is destroying my voice. But I am dedicated to bringing you the full story of Lord of the Rings Online with full voice acting.
Calder Cobb is a traitor. Danger has found you earlier than I predicted.
It sounds like Calder Cobb had it in for you before you even arrived. But how did he know of you, if he was at his post? And how did the Black World know you were coming? Thank you for the risk you took to deliver the King's Foil. I will think upon this riddle while I prepare the salve for Omdir.
I cannot decide which is more dangerous right now. Calder Cobb's treachery, or the ignorance of Captain Brackenbrook.
If Calder Cobb is his best soldier, I know Brackenbrook will not believe that he tried to have you ambushed by a Blackworld. I did some asking around while you were gone, and there is a Blackworld brigand in the stocks, across from the lane from here. He is being held for highway robbery. You should question him about Calder Cobb.
Just wait till the Blackworlds get here. Then I'll be free and you'll be dead. Let me go. I'm a friend of Calder Cobb's, and I'm innocent at that. This idiot jailer won't heed me.
Otto quiets down as you tell him you know of Calder Cobb's treachery.
So, you think you know the plan? Don't be smug, it's too late. By now, the gears of war will be turning down in the south, and quick. Soon, I'll be free, and you'll be the one in shackles. Or worse.
It is good to make your acquaintance, Rakotara. I notice you were questioning Otto. Does that mean his mutterings have been truthful? Yes, I do believe what you have come to Archet to tell. It is unprecedented, but all signs are showing that the Blackworlds mean to attack us. How is it that they have these means? If Brackenbrook does not believe you, you may tell him that I do, for what it is worth.
How can you say this? Calder Cobb has been loyal to me since he was a boy. I suppose it would be wise to investigate your claim.
Does Ned speak true of his prisoner? If so, we would be wise to investigate Otto's threat of trouble in the south. I'll not question Calder Cobb's lifetime of loyalty if there's no truth to back it up. But if you and Ned are right in your suspicion, this will be a very bad situation for us. Cal Sprigley's farm is to the south of here, near the gate to the town of Combe. If aught is going on, he'll know. Well, I have now been recording for over an hour, and while I will probably end up cutting over half of that entire recording time, I think it's probably best to stop my recordings just to be safe around here anyway. And if this is indeed the end of the video, or if I'm going to combine this with the next part, I don't know yet. But if it is the end, then thank you all for watching this Let's Play, and hopefully I'll actually continue it and finish it one day. Finish it. MMO. But also tell me what you think about Lord of the Rings Online in the comments down below. And most importantly of all, always remember to be iconic.